on in. We're going to see what's in the cards for you for the end of September right up until October, right? We're coming into the season already. I already called in everybody's spirit guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters. The whole crew is here with me, so please just know it. I'm just accepting cards right now so we can get on with things. Don't forget to flip-flop your messages, your energies and genders each and every time you feel fit. Just don't force it, right? Don't do it. It just means it's for somebody else watching. That's all, right? Because I hit a lot of people out there. One more, please. This is my elemental oracle deck. I'm just pulling the vibe right now. All right, so first of all, we have the biome and connection. How things are connected. Everything's connected, right? There's something about that. Maybe realizations of this, almost like a rippling water effect, possibly. Then I have change and wind, right? A lot of changes in the air. The whole planet, actually. And it might be windy around you, actually, right now. Who knows? Magic and alchemy. This is crowning you for a couple weeks. Anywho, you're all on different timelines. You should know when these cards play themselves out. But there's magic afoot. I like it. Yeah. Ignition, fire, passion, right? Drive. Yeah. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework, however. Okay. And breath and life. Yeah. Somebody's feeling the breath of life, right? Possibly. If it's not you, it's them. Whoever that is. Whoever them is. All right, I'm just going to pull a little bit more of the vibe and I'll get down into my tarot. Hello, everybody popping in and out. It's good to see you. While I'm at it, I want to thank all of my newer subscribers, viewers, watchers, commenters, likers, sharers, all the support. I really dig it. Thank you so much. I wouldn't waste my time if it wasn't for you out there watching. Honestly, homeless and poverty. Something about that in the past, present. Somebody having a really hard time. If they're not homeless, maybe they're just having like tough luck or something. The connection of everything is right over that. All right, show me what I need to see. Life is tough, dance more. I like it. Rock on. It's true too. You can let out of a lot of aggression when you're dancing, right? There's change in the wind, however, and that's in your present for at least a couple weeks. Life is tough, dance more. Yeah. Maybe like a don't be so hard on yourself kind of thing. We'll see what comes out. What about this magic that is in the air? What about that, Spirit? It's afoot, all right. I feel like there's a lot going on. I feel like there's a lot going on. Show me, I need 3 more and we can move on. All right. When I get a bunch, I take the one that hits the table first. Something about fair season. That's a cool card to get right now because it is fair season. In fact, I'm in a fair this weekend coming up, the Pagans Fair in Belmont, New Hampshire. If you're in the area, stop in. Yeah, there's going to be almost 100 vendors, food, entertainment. It's, check it out. Anywho, yeah, that's crowning you, Sagittarius. Something about that. And teenagers, hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Oh boy, these teenagers with fire and ignition right under that, or right above that. Igniting the teenagers, I don't know. We're gonna find out. I feel like some of these teenagers have some piss and vinegar. Thrown under the bus. Yeah, somebody was thrown under the bus. Was that you? Or was that someone you know? The life and breath card is right over that. Thrown under the bus and still breathing. Okay. All right. That's where we're starting. I'm going to use my Oz and Wonderland deck today to start with. I don't like that thrown under the bus kind of vibe. Three of Swords down. Whatever the betrayal was, or the heartache, or what homeless poverty right over this was a while ago. I feel however long, if it was a year or 4 years or 10 years, I don't know. There goes my ear. That's usually a sign for somebody. Three of Cups down, party's over. Life is tough, dance more. Party's over, dance more. Okay. Something about that. The Mad Hatter's Tea Party in Alice in Wonderland is like when it keeps going round and round and round, yeah? So now that round and round has stopped. I got the Lovers reversed, Page Cups reversed, and the Messenger. The Messenger is number 22, which is one of the extra major arcanas in this deck. Communication, letters, could literally be a letter maybe, but it could be text, could be whatever that is. It's messages, right? Somebody was thrown under the bus. Okay, yeah, this union's off. However, fair season. Yeah, something about that. There's magic in the air. Page of Cups down. Pages are usually kids. And technically, we're all somebody's kids, so are we adults acting like kids? But teenagers are being represented. There could be emotional outbursts, temper tantrums, something about this fire energy. That's the hope, fear, challenge, and homework here. Maybe it is adults acting like kids, teenagers, and what, but however that is to you, somebody was thrown under the bus. All right, Eight of Swords down, the Hanged Man down, and the Nine of Wands right in the middle of the reading. Yeah, somebody's in a very you're not taking me down kind of energy. It's dead center in the reading. See that hawk or what following that warrior kind of vibe? You're not taking me down. I'm exhausted from this shit, but I'm still going. Something about fair season, the fall, right? Early fall. We're in early fall, and the pagan fair is this blah, 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 this weekend. Yeah, there's clarity, homeless, poverty, and the connection of things. Right? Somebody was in clarity from this heartache, right? Maybe at the time of it happening, this person that felt betrayed or brokenhearted or whatever that is went towards clarity. I could be onto something there. Yeah. Somebody freed themselves. Life is tough. Dance more. Party's over. Somebody took the high road, right? Somebody took the high road. They got thrown under the bus. Okay. Yeah, but you're not taking me down. That's the kind of thing. So I like it. And if you are dancing or out celebrating or whatever that is, enjoy yourselves, right? What is this about? Being, why does everything always have to be so shaded? Lately, especially, it's really in the car. It's in everybody's cards. It's coming out. Yeah. Toxicity, lies, stealing, cheating, could have been a betrayal in the past for sure. There's a third party here involved. Definitely could be narcissistic behaviors, unbelievable. Some people are very blocked to this, and teenagers is right over that. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Yeah, the bad karma of it all, the messages that's going, round and round, or dealing with the storms. It's very karmatic. whatever it was in the past, it was divinely timed somehow, some way, right? And now we're dealing with the tables turning or something like that. And it has everything to do or something to do with messages, right? Maybe it's online. Maybe it's texting. Maybe it is a letter. Maybe it's an email, whatever it is in whatever form. Maybe it's actual communication. But I don't feel like that, necessarily. Alice, yeah, homeless, poverty, clear as day. The heart was broken. Okay. The innocent one took a leap of faith. Yeah, took the high road. Alice took the high road, you know? All right. People are lying all the way around. People freed themselves from these lies, right? There's change in the wind. Yeah, party's over. Life is tough. Dance more. It's very, you know, there is a lot of gaiety in Alice here, however. It's like an innocent, joyous, 6 of Wands, something about the community. Yeah, fair season. There's some sort of fair or celebration or community event, something going on. But this is a victory card, and there's a bunch of people involved, more than likely, right? I'm only taking the one on the bottom because there's too many. King of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of times this King of Pentacles has coin, right? He's king of his coin. But I'm feeling very stubborn. Very stubborn. Teenagers right over it. Somebody's being stubborn about they're not listening to their intuition. They're causing nightmares and anxieties. I feel like some of these people are causing it for themselves. So I'm not sure. I'll find out. Show me what I need to see. I need one more card and we can move on. And they gave me 4. Okay. Everything I say in these cards here has to do with dealing with storms, dealing with whatever was not emotionally fulfilling, however, and whatever that is. All right. That's what it says. And then I have off with their heads, thrown under the bus. This Queen of Swords will take your head off and take names. She ain't playing. This one's not playing it. She was thrown, or he was thrown under the bus. Something about the breath of life. Something about breathing. Maybe people need to actually breathe deeper and longer and practice their breathing as well. There's a lot of bad breathers on this planet, So technically that could be something for someone. But this Queen of Swords is definitely looking to the future, not looking behind her. Should this person be pushed, I feel, with these messages and being thrown under the bus, oh yeah, she's going to give it. She's going to give it, with the illusionary dangling the carrot. Somebody is in a fantasy island kind of grandiose. Somebody's definitely a narcissist, Yep. Yep. The Master Magician, and then 4 Cups. These are extra here. The Creator. We all create our own thing, right? But whoever this is representing is in deep thought about what they created and being thrown under the bus. I feel like they're dealing with it. They're dealing with it kind of hard, and it's going to depend on all of your situations, right? And where you are in the story, right? Is it pertaining to you personally or not, right? All right, we're going to use my Defiance deck here, or whatever the heck it's called, and we're going to get deeper and look for clarity and validation and all of that. Oh, yeah. 5 of Cups, yeah, very disappointing and sad. A lot of blood spilled, but this is bullyish behaviors. It's cruelty. Look at that. Who wants their child dealing with that? Do you? Some people actually do want it because they caused it. And they spilled a lot of blood in the past. The loss, the disappointment. Some of these people were homeless. Some of them are having it hard financially, some both, right? And the connection and the rippling water effect of it all is what the storms are all about here, I feel. All right, I need a bunch of cards, Spirit, please. I don't like that bullying behavior. I don't like that card, especially the first one to come out. It sets the tone. Yeah. Judgment's here. 8 of Cups. The Star is very, I'm going to turn it down, right? I read it kind of both ways anywho, so yeah, Judgment's here. You know, this is like an awakening. Somebody awakened, right? There's change in the wind. Yeah, 2 tens, signifying endings, right? You could be in good judgment, or you're being judged, or somebody is. Life is tough, dance more, but the party's over. There's judgment because there's no gathering. There's judgment because there's no celebratory something. And more than likely between 3 people, 3 birds of a feather, right? Because I have 3 of Swords and 3 of Cups right next to each other. All right. Well, I feel the 8 of Cups, somebody doesn't want to hear it. Fair season. I don't think they want to hear the excuses, right? I don't want to deal with that shit with this off union, you know? It's fair season. There's magic afoot. People don't want to deal with drama and saga, right? Now, the Star down with Page of Cups down, we know that this is not wish fulfillment. Teenagers right above this, hope, fear, challenge, and homework. But this is also, on the other hand, like a no hope here with the Page energy, the child, right? Ignition and fire. Somebody's got some piss and vinegar under their belt. But I don't think that whoever this is likes it too much, or something like that. I don't know, something. Queen of Wands, yeah. Taking charge, messages. Somebody's taking charge of messages thrown under the bus. Life and breath right over this. Somebody's breathing the breath of life. But I feel like this Queen of Wands is very, in charge of their selves, or in their skin, or what. They could even be like changing their hair color, or what, or maybe their beard, they shaved it off, or growing it on the other hand. Whatever it is, there's a change. But yeah, messages right there. 9 of Pentacles, this person could be on their own, that was homeless and in poverty and having tough times. But clear as day, they were bullied and ostracized and betrayed, and it's clear as day, right? That's what the cards are saying. It's clear as day. There's no illusion, even though there's an illusionary kind of vibe here, right? People are living in their own illusionary delusion, on Fantasy Island over there, whoever that is to you. Queen of Swords right under it. Queen of Swords ain't playing with this fucking illusion and these lies and this BS. Whoever this is, I wouldn't play around, whoever it is. Hi everybody. Hello. Show me what I need to see. Yeah, this is abundance too. 9 of Pentacles is abundance. So with the 5 of Cups right over it, yeah, it was done. It for some of you, depending, like sometimes I talk about 2 and possibly 3 situations at a time. So that's up to you to decipher, right? So I feel like somebody needed to hear that. But I feel like it's very obvious. People see it clear as day, the abuse of it. And some of you, it was really wicked abuse. It's going to depend on all of you. But judgment is here. It's judgment times. We're in the times, the world, yeah. Somebody freed themselves, closed the door, happily ever after, Auf Wiedersehen. Yep, moving on. Different chapter, change in the wind right over that. Yeah. Life is tough. Dance more. Oh, this is funny. Show me what I need to see. Ace of Cups. Yeah. Nine of Wands. Filling your own cup. Yeah. Emotionally happy. Yeah. This could be a new beginning, right? A union. I like it. This is going to make you very, very happy. But somebody's really exhausted from this. It's dead center in the reading, but they're, you know, all right, that's cool. And then the magician, yeah, the one who creates. Did I have the magician already? Or did I just feel it? No, I think I just felt it. Oh no, I did have the magician over here. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. So there could be two magicians, possibly two energies, because we had this one over here in Oz and Wonderland. And now we have this one. Yeah, there's definitely magic afoot because we have the alchemy card and it is crowning you. There's something very magical going on. Something very magical. This is making things happen. You have all the tools to make things happen, right? All right. This was over here. Where am I here? Oh, I'm over here. Yeah, that's the hope, fear, challenge, and homework. The person that created the nightmare to begin with. Yeah. This magician isn't even looking at it, though. The anxieties. But see, this magician, I feel there's one trickster and maybe one that's not so much. You know, we be talking about two different magicians, you know? All right, whatever. Show me what I need to see. Son of Cups, happy home with a lot of bad karma thrown under the bus, right over it. Somebody's got the breath of life. It's about change. Some people are never going to change, but that's what it's about. And that's what we as people should do, right? That's what you want to do is, you know, grow. And sometimes I feel repetitive talking about certain things in my readings. But yeah, I mean, people should know this, right? I feel like some people should know that. Whatever. 5 more cards. We can move on. Yeah. Yeah, this, the world card, the closure, the different scenario, like a whole different change. There's doors opening as well, right? Doors closed over here, doors opening over there, right? Yep. Now we have 9 of Wands turned down and the Fool. Yeah, Alice, whoever this Alice person is, male or female, taking a leap of faith, taking a chance, going towards the future, right? Gave up the fight probably. Freed themselves. Yeah, homeless and poverty right over it. They freed themselves from it, is what they did. The moon reversed, the deception's out. Life is tough, dance more. Yeah. I feel like here's a band-aid kind of energy here. These liars, Ace of Swords down right here. They're lying, but the deception is seen clear as day. People see it. Like this person over here that's in an illusion and creating that illusion probably has no idea what they're creating. Duh. Do I feel a Homer Simpson vibe there? Duh. Wow. Anyway, there's a bunch of people. There's a celebratory something in the community coming with fair season, whatever that is. I feel like there's entertainment, could be bonfires, you know. 'Tis the season for a good fire outside, you know. I love that kind of stuff. You might too. Ace of Wands. Oh yeah. A lot of fire and ignition over here and passion. And then here is a lot of passion and excitement in the community, a victory. Yeah. This is public acknowledgement as well. You know, Ace of Cups. Something about this time of year. Okay. We got an extra. We got the Empress, Ace of Pentacles, and the Death card reversed. Yeah, people refuse to change. It's just what it is. Here's Three of Cups again. Party's over, right? No more Mad Hatter's Tea Party and letting it go on round and round. It's over, man. It's over. Yeah. It's not very fun. It's not very happy after all, is it? You know, or something like that. The Empress here is looking right at the King of Pentacles, whoever that is. Teenagers right over this. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. The Empress could be the mom. There's a lot of moms on this planet. It doesn't have to be female, though. You can flip in it and, you know. But the Empress with the Magician and the Star Down, I feel like there is someone out there, possibly with this mother vibe, that is making something happen because of the non-wish fulfillment or something. There's like some kind of fire under somebody's ass. Maybe she's putting fire under the King of Pentacles' ass. Oh, that's funny. But whoever this is, there's an opportunity to be had. Another ace, another beginning. I like that, Sag. But somebody's refusing to change. This is the Death card reverse. They're still living in the past, right? They need to change, transmute, or do their soul searching, or you know, whatever that is. But taking the opportunity, you know, somebody was thrown under the bus. Yep. All right, I'm going to change it up because tis the season to be jolly. I'm so corny at this time of year. I get very corny. But more theatrical, the better, right? Especially when it comes down to Samhain. I love being theatrical for Halloween. I get into it. I love it. And people should. Life is tough. Dance more, right? Enjoy it while it's here. Fall doesn't last long enough, if you ask me. It goes right into winter. I wish fall was like 9 months out of the year. Show me what I need to see for my Sagittarius collective. Trick or treat, mischief, and play. All right, check it out. I love these, the lore and trivia. Hello, everybody. Hi. I can't read those very well. My eyes are not so good. Hold on. Trick or treating is such a fun thing to do, is it not? Yet, why do we trick or treat? Ancient people understood that there were both mischievous and perhaps nasty spirits wandering around at nightfall at Halloween, as well as happier, more benevolent spirits. They thought that if they dressed as spirits themselves or frightening creatures, then they would not be recognized as humans and attacked. The idea of causing a little chaos as one of these spirits was part of the imitation and the enjoyment of the night. The practice in medieval Britain was aptly called Soltag or souling. Soltag. That's German though. Soltag. But souling in Britain. Today, trick-or-treating is a huge event, and we spend a lot of time and money and effort dressing up as our scariest creatures. And this has been extended to dressing up as our favorite celebrities and other pop culture idols. Instead of traditional candy apples or barmbrack bread, we give out a mind-boggling variety of candy. It matters not. The idea of frightening away the death and darkness still stands. I believe that the modern trick-or-treating also unites communities by introducing our families and friends to those around us in a non-threatening and joyful way. Many of us do not know our neighbors, even those who live next door, and Halloween gives us an excuse not to be so reserved and extend our boundaries. Should you receive the trick-or-treat card in your divination, it may well be a time to examine the role of play and mischief in your own life. Do you have to be a child? You don't have to be a child to let go and have some playtime, and you can extend that fun to others. Sometimes we are afraid to make mistakes, and play is one way to alleviate the pressure that we sometimes place on ourselves to get everything perfect every time. Alternatively, it is worth knowing that there is a balance between manipulation and mischief. The former is not pleasant, and the other has at its core a sense of irrelevant fun. The healthy balance between the two. Amen to that, sister or brother. You know, I'm going to use my familiar deck here. Show me what I need to see for Sagittarius. Moth. Caution. Uh-oh, moth to a flame. Be careful. Somebody needs to be. I don't know if that's you or them, but I betcha you do. Somebody does. Take heed, for you are in the greatest danger of being ensnared and could get your fingers burned in the process. A warning of threat could put you in jeopardy, and any risk taking should be avoided or approached with extreme caution. Like a moth to a flame, you have been blinded by the lights of deception, which have knocked you off course. You may not have recognized me from the shadows, but I am a master of disguise, and I will always fool you whenever your fears get in the way. My wariness reminds you that always seeing the good in others can come at a cost. Be watchful and vigilant at this time, for the truth of a matter is being camouflaged. As I emerge out from the darkness, I will shed new light on a situation. And an investigation leads to information that has previously been missing. Let me put you in the back on the right track while we determine what and whom you are attracting in your life. As you rid yourself of all that does not serve you well, you will no longer be prey to others. I feel like that was pretty deep for somebody. Moth to the flame. Heed that warning, whoever that is. Don't do it. You'll get burned. You, them, whoever it is. This Queen of Swords ain't playing over here, right? The dragon. Cool. Representing power, transformation, and all the balance of fire and water. The dragon reminds us to tap into our own inner power and to find balance in our lives. Yeah, mischief and play. Find the balance, Sagittarius. That's a cool card. All right, I'm going to give you a Forest Elf Oracle. The echoing call, listening to your life's desires and aspirations. I feel like a lot of you are getting messages, listening for messages, that kind of thing as well. Yeah, that's a cool card. Alrighty, I'm going to give you this. I don't know the name of it. That's the look of it. It's in the form of a regular 52 playing card deck. I love this. And I do read a regular deck of cards at times. You'll see it on the channels. The Sun, very nice. 3 of Hearts, right on. Good times, good things, popularity. The Sun brings the sun, though. There's no shade, so it could be exposures as well. But it's a good card to get. It's Trump, right? Give me a couple more, please, Spirit. One more. I like that. Yeah. Something's coming. So that's a very healing card, the Sun, right? Oh, we got a couple of them. All right. So I have 10 of clubs. Yeah. This is the Tower card, Shock, surprises, realizations, possibly. Yeah. It's about letting the burdens being over as well. And then I have the 6 of Spades. Yeah, there's loss. Somebody was a thief. Or stealing, whether it's money, energy, or both. Somebody is a energy vampire and a thief. Isn't that nice? Hope it's not you. 10 of Diamonds. Yeah, the Scythe. It's over. But have fun. You're safe and secure. You're safe. Get rid of this toxic BS out of your life and you'll be good, right? Those are your messages, Sag. Be cool, be kind, be patient, and please just be a good human. Thank you for watching. I'll be back in a couple weeks with your next messages. Ciao.